In this video, we'll learn the main concepts and overview of the application and capabilities in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Intelligent Order Management. Some of the problems that we wanted to solve with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Intelligent Order Management were some of the problems that we saw customers, which was needing to route orders across variant fulfillment systems, needing to dynamically configure the fulfillment pathways based on the partners and solutions that they're working with, changing business models evolving from B2B to B2C to direct-to-consumer models, and a mix of those models within an organization, and the needing to understand where inbound and outbound orders were at every stage. Some of the solution considerations that we looked at in building the capabilities was we needed to model the order journey, we needed to have events to drive that order journey, we needed to have connectors to connect different systems within the customer's ecosystem, scale out to support high volume order transactions. We wanted to have it configured and not coded, so we have a low code, no code environment for customers to work with. We wanted to have intelligence built in to the orchestration and to the data that was visible for the organization to use. And so the key measurements and analytics are key to driving the order fulfillment process. While it works with our Dynamics 365 solution, it's not needed, and hence we can work with any solutions that customers have with the integration capabilities of our providers. So we introduced Intelligent Order Management as a solution within the family of Dynamics applications. It can work with those applications or with other applications that customers already have. The application is built on the Microsoft Power Platform, specifically Microsoft Power Automate, and this is a key capability that we use with the orchestration process and the integration capabilities underlying in the platform. If we look at an order flow, I can have orders coming from multiple different order sources. Those orders can come in, trigger events on the Dataverse application, which can trigger the orchestration process to determine logic that we've built into the orchestration that will determine how we fulfill the order and send it out to different fulfillment paths. So that's essentially the order flow that will happen within the application. Intelligent Order Management is built on a modern open platform to provide intelligent fulfillment and real-time visibility, including capabilities like the microservice for inventory visibility, which gives us real-time view of inventory that we can use in the fulfillment flow. Additionally, we have the Fulfillment Optimization Service, which allows us to determine the best path forward for an order to get it to the fulfillment provider. The main concepts in the application are providers. The providers allow us to connect to order channels, fulfillment providers, delivery providers, or order actions that might want to call through the order journey. And the order journey is driven by the order orchestration process. Let's have a look at an example within the application of an order flowing through. In the application, I'm on the Getting Started page, and here I can configure the application. We can look at insights through the daily events dashboards, order management, fulfillment dashboards. We can configure the providers through the catalog, review the installed providers and the related actions on those providers. We can have a look at transactions like the sales orders and the relevant shipments through the fulfillment orders. We can configure our orchestration through the orchestration flows and the policies and the related business events that trigger the orchestration flows. I could look at master data elements like accounts and contacts and products that I might need to validate through the order orchestration if I want to bring that data into the application. We can configure the fulfillment strategies, which will determine the path of an order if I want to determine the fulfillment location with the fulfillment optimization engine. Additionally, we can switch to the configuration, and here I can find the configuration of our Power BI insights, our mappings like accounts and products, and then configuration of our inventory visibility service. Let's have a look at the application in the context of a flow. I can configure my providers, and the providers do the job of taking orders from a source and sending it to a fulfillment. In this example, an e-commerce solution like BigCommerce, sending it to a fulfillment provider like a 3PL like Flex. The BigCommerce provider does the job of connecting to BigCommerce. Here we can configure the connections, which is the underlying Power Automate connections, to enable the connection to BigCommerce and our shop that we have on BigCommerce, we can see the events and the transformations. As an order comes in from BigCommerce, it'll get transformed from a BigCommerce sales order to a Dataverse sales order. Once the providers are configured, we can use the orchestration flows to actually guide that order through the system. Let's have a look at an order coming in, and then we'll have a look at the orchestration flow. I'm in my BigCommerce test system here. I'm going to start an order. So we're going to add an order. We're going to put it in for our customer name. We'll pick the address. We'll pick the product. Now the product SKU number can be mapped when the order comes into Dynamics through the product mapping capabilities in Intelligent Order Management. So I've completed the order here, and this order, which is order number 3864, will be pulled over to Microsoft Dynamics 365 Intelligent Order Management through that provider configuration. Let's have a look at what happens next. Let's explore the order orchestration that will be configured with that order. So I'll open the order orchestration. This is one example, and the order will move through a journey configured by the actions that we've provided in the orchestration designer. The first step is that we'll validate the order header, and this is triggered by that new order event. We can use other providers through the orchestration flow, like calling out to a tax provider like Avalara in this example. We can validate the lines. In this example, we're using a policy to validate those lines. We can call our fulfillment optimization, which will determine the path of the order in terms of which warehouse I might fulfill from, warehouse A or warehouse B, for example, depending on where we've got inventory. If I need to, I can call delivery carriers, in this example, ShipStation, if I need to print a shipping label to send it to our fulfillment provider. And then we can communicate the order to our fulfillment provider, in this example, Flex. Flex will ship the order, and then they will tell us that they've shipped it, in which case we can communicate it all the way back to our e-commerce system, in this example, BigCommerce. These actions are configurable based on how you want to design your orchestration flow and then the properties that you're assigning in those orchestration actions. And we can have a look at that in detail in another video, but this essentially gives you the overview of the orchestration engine that you can use to configure your business processes in your environment. Let's have a look at how this is used with our order. I'm going to go over to our sales order and let's find our sales order that we entered in the system. So 3864 was our order, and here we see that our new order is entered. So if I open up the order, we'll see that a new order event is raised and it'll continue on its path of going through that orchestration. Let's have a look at one that's already been processed. I'll open up my order 3860 and we'll see that this is ready to be fulfilled. And this is the key value proposition of Dynamics 365 Intelligent Order Management. It gives us that visibility of the order processing, no matter how complex the system integration is. So for our customer service representatives or using this data to communicate to other constituents, we can see that status and use it to understand what's happening with the order flow throughout the organization. Now this order is ready to be fulfilled by the warehouse. It will have created a fulfillment order. We can have a look at another order that's already been shipped. So I'm going to go and find my fulfillment order and we're going to search for orders that are shipped. Once the warehouse have told us that the order is shipped, we'll get a notification and the status of the fulfillment order will change. If we have a look at our fulfillment order, then I'll also see the status of that fulfillment order, the products that were being fulfilled, and if needed, I can have a look at the tracking label that was used on this order so I can track the package as I need to track it. So that gives us a little bit of an insight of one specific order flow journey and how the order can move from e-commerce through a fulfillment provider. Additionally, if we want to have a look at our insights, we can look at our daily events. If I want to look at all of the orders in aggregation, use this to monitor all of the activities happening within our order flows so I can focus on the exceptions and don't necessarily need to touch every order going through the system, as that'll be handled by the orchestration processes. So I can look at orders past due, back orders, specific order issue events here through the orchestration. Additionally, we can look at dashboards like the order management dashboards that gives us insights into the orders and products. Data collected through the order orchestration process allows us to have KPIs, and we can modify those KPIs to drive and measure our business processes. Product insights will give us specific views of specific products, like top orders we're selling based on products, and throughput over time of specific products, and we can use those to adjust our organizational policies. Additionally, fulfillment insights can capture data about the fulfillment process, as we have KPIs that we might need to measure on the fulfillment process timeline. So that's a really quick look at the broad capabilities of the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Intelligent Order Management application that you can explore further in further videos and by exploring the application. Dynamics 365 Intelligent Order Management is a new application in the family of Dynamics 365 applications, built on the Microsoft Power Platform running on the Microsoft Azure Cloud. To learn more about Dynamics 365 Intelligent Order Management, visit our community site, documentation site, marketing site, or our blog at these links.